started A Bit of Advice on air several months ago, and now we have over 100,000 likes on Facebook. And we are also on Twitch, and after the live feed, the video will be up on our page on abitofadvice.org and on our new Success Radio YouTube page. Also check out yesplaceradio.org. Today we will be speaking with David. He is a sub-teacher in LA and is actively involved in bringing meditation and mindfulness to elementary and high schools in LA. He has his master's degree in industrial management and is internationally board certified NLP master trainer, timeline therapy, and instructor of hypnotherapy. David, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Hello to all of the viewers. I would like to beforehand thank the Yes organization and yesplace.org, Mr. Dennis Marmella, and the beautiful wife, Rachel Marmella. And I want to thank you and your A Bit of Advice, people behind the scene, and everybody involved with you. And most importantly, all of the intelligent viewers, that 100,000 of them that are following you.
Hey, thanks a lot. I am grateful for that, and I'm going to let Josh run the show. But I'm back from China, and I'm co-hosting with Josh. This is Josh's show from now on. So I just wanted to put my 2 cents worth in, and David, we're glad to have you here on the show.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm gonna keep quiet a little bit. That's a lie.
Yeah, giggles.
I'm going to try to let Josh run the show here. Go ahead.
All right. Well, David, my first question is, what exactly is NLP? I know I've had a few people on the show that are NLP, so I would like for you to explain that a little bit more for the viewers.
NLP acronym, neuro, L is for linguistic, P is programming. What it is, our brain is most energetic. 25% of our energy goes to our brain. Even we are asleep, in REM sleep, we are thinking a lot. So what we say, that comes out of our mind, and that one shows our mindset. So if a client comes to me, talks to me for about 2-3 minutes, I can tell him what spot he's at, and we can help him to go where he wants to be. So NLP basically in shortest time very effectively gets you from where you don't want to be to where you want to be, which is achieving your goal.
That makes sense. Okay, and what exactly are you teaching to the students in Los Angeles County?
In Los Angeles, one of the main idea I'm subbing in there, I usually sub math and science, that's my field, but I am in hope of communicating with the staff and the principal of the school to bring mindfulness and meditation to the schools. The idea of NLP, every idea of NLP, mindfulness, meditation, and prayers, all of them are to relax us. When we are relaxed, we are not on fight or flight response. We can basically use our time more effectively and achieve our goals better. For example, if you get a student that sometimes they have family problems, some of them, they come to school, so they bring that problem to school. I can immediately, I do not know what their problem is, but I already know with NLP that they have some kind of a problem. So that the student is not going to concentrate on learning, or he's not going to pay attention. So by giving him a little bit of relaxation, a little bit of good story, we can change his mindset. It can happen in matter of minutes, and it is like a miracle. I had one of the students that they were telling that he was a bully. After I talked to him for, basically I give a presentation to a school, tell them that the parents want them to be better, and they're working so hard. I seen the student drop, which is true. Every parent's dream is their students to be better than them. So I said, you are here to be better than them. Please act responsibly. You are good and you can act responsibly. See, the knowledge everybody has. The action that we take is not sometimes aligned with the mindset that we have. So if we shift the mindset, the action they're gonna take is gonna be positive. And my student finished the assignment I've given him first, and honestly, everybody was shocked. I myself was shocked. But I see many effects of NLP and timeline therapy, all of these working hand in hand. There is a few things in the my student can use according to the situation to change the mindsets.
Awesome.
That's great. Hey, what's some advice that you have? What would be your bit of advice to folks who are not in LA? They're not in the schools. They don't know you.
Right.
You know, as far as changing a mindset, what are some things that they can do to help change their mindset? Let's say they're down about something. What are some things they could do?
I can give them a little bit. It is something I got to give you two things. One of them is cause and effect in laws of physics, mathematically.
Right.
And something is standing still, right? Stagnating. If you move it, push it, according how much push you give it, it will move that one. This is physics law.
Right.
So if you're complaining at that time, as Warren Buffett says, a quote from Warren Buffett, a philanthropist and one of the richest guy in the world, right, that donates 95% of his money to charity. He knows what he's doing, and I have a lot of respect for him.
Yeah.
He says, as soon as you're complaining, you see you have a problem, the solution is right there. Stop digging. Pause.
Yeah.
That is one of the best advice.
Stop digging.
Do not go farther than that. First you stop, then you can look how deep you are in the hole, so you can get a mentor or somebody to help you. Because unfortunately, when we are in fight or flight response, where adrenal and cortisol level is high, we don't think with prefrontal cortex, which is logic. So we have lost that ability, unfortunately. Once you stop and relax a bit, you give yourself a time and you just see, okay, I'm in here. What do I need to get out? Not going. Coaching is this. The coaching is this. We don't want you to think about what you are right now. We want to think about what you want. Right. As soon as you say that, I promise you, I've had clients like sitting like this. I say, what do you want in a state? They say, I want to feel better. You see me while I moved up? Physiology changed because you produce dopamine while you talk about good things that you want. As you know, everybody, this is, William Shakespeare said, the expectation is worst kind of disease. We expect everything to go right. Everybody every morning wakes up, thinks everything is going to go right. Unfortunately, it doesn't. We have accident, we lose a family member. I don't want to talk about negative things, but you get the point. What we can do, knowing this is normal, it happens to everybody. But how long you're going to stay there with coaching and mentor, we can shorten that time. I'm not saying you don't grieve it. Yes, you have to grieve it. But you learn from it what you can do. At least next time, don't let it take you down that far. What's learning we show you.
What's the most common problem that you face?
Stress. Stress is actually, according to Harvard University Medical School, stress can cause rash in the body, can cause cold, can cause cancer in higher form. There is a doctor, he was in Germany, New German medicine. He got cancer himself. He realized when his son had accident and he died, he could not handle. He was a medical doctor and very much in the sport. He was a runner. He got cancer. So he researched 60,000 cases of cancer, depending amount of stress. Stress has a level. If you have one stress, if you lose a job, that's like assigned number of 100. If you have, for example, divorce, that is around 100 too. If you have 3 of these, you physically also become sick. That is guaranteed by Dr. Hammer of Germany. So what we do, we say, okay, you have these stresses. Let's talk about, not about stress. What you need to do instead, not even thinking that. We want to take you out of that hamster wheel. The longer you stay there, the farther down you're going to get. As I mentioned, Warren Buffett said, just stop it there. We talk to you about what you want. let's see what we can do. And by the way, we don't give advice. Everybody has their own resources. I promise you. I work with war veteran. He had the problem of, he's saying he has the trauma of relieving the things. Like metaphor of it is like, I make it really quick, the program is short. Metaphor is this: a guy went to a war and he said he has been tortured. The doctor said, how many times? He said, once. He said, how many times you explained it to others? He said, 100 times. He goes, oh, you have been tortured 101 times.
Yeah.
The more you stay with something, it doesn't serve you. You need to come out of that. That is what we are here to help you to lessen the suffering so you can come in any field. We have worked with lawyers, politicians, and accountants, teachers, parents, and children. It doesn't matter. Everybody, as Shakespeare said, gets expectation that nothing can happen to me. No, as big as we are, as big as our brain is the best computer, this computer has a feeling. Sometimes feeling moves faster than the logic. It takes over us. And at that time, we don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Right. What we do, we are at the end of the tunnel sitting for you. We pull you out of there. That's what we do.
That's awesome. Well, I'm going to change the subject a little bit.
Yes, sir.
What is some advice that you can give to our listeners about industrial management, since you do have a master's degree in that field?
In what aspect, sir? I'm not clear.
What did you learn? You went for your master's degree in industrial management. What did you learn coming out of that? What's some advice that you can give from what you've learned?
Well, what industrial management is, it is a liaison between the employees, for example, blue-collar workers in the field, and the engineers and designers. So sometimes engineer cannot talk directly to the blue collar. So we get their language translated to the blue collar simplicity, give it to, not that I'm not disrespecting the people, I'm talking about technical field. Every field has a jargon. So we were basically liaison between the engineers and designers and the workers, so we can have better time effective way of producing components. So my advice would be, as I'm gonna bring Dr. Wayne Dyer used a lot of metaphor from a Persian poet about 800 years ago. If you have any question about anything, nothing comes up, put your love to about yourself, your family, to your society, ecology of it. Put that love as a guide. With that, you go forward. You can solve any industrial problem. We get rid of stress in the environment. We can have a better products. Basically, quality of control in product is gonna go high. Our sale is gonna go high. That's my advice as far as that. Reduce the stress so we can have better product. And in assembly line, for example, they can work better if they have less stress. I believe creating a lovely atmosphere, conditional love. I'm not talking about a condition. I don't believe there should be conditional love. And the difference is, if you tell your child unconditionally, if he did something wrong outside, I love you, that's correct. No. Condition is, you show the children that there are a snake in the garden, show them what the snake is. They know what the snake is. They can defend themselves, not to hide them from reality of life. Show the right.
So move in love, basically, is what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
From what I gathered from that. Okay, that's pretty cool. Any questions you got, Dennis?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you. I'm a neurolinguistic practitioner also, so I have my own answer to this question I'm going to ask you. But yes, I want to hear it from you, because I really love the clear understanding of this, and that is the difference between someone going to a counselor or psychiatrist to deal with something in the past. You know, they usually go in and dig deep into it, versus some of the NLP techniques that help them to detach emotionally. What is your advice to someone who is trying to get over something when they have, let them know what the choice is, between going to psychiatrist or.
Right, definitely. I would love to do that. I want to mention that, first of all, NLP is modeling excellence. Mm-hmm. When you model, for example, you have mentors, you get 10 of them, you see what is the common characteristic of them, you will find out, I believe, Albert Einstein, Milton Erickson, and for example, Virginia Satir was social psychologist in 50. When she did divorce cases, lots of time when she brought to divorce wife and husband, they start talking about the past, the problem. Because no. What brought you together? What was the love? Mm-hmm. As soon as they talked about that, looks like they melted all of the problems. They realized how much they love each other. That is the difference. We are not saying don't talk about the past. Talk about the past. Talk about good time. For example, if I had somebody had death in the family, that's the example. We don't go say that this. Say you have had honor of living with that person for so long. Yeah. Tell me how long, what did he do you enjoyed? Bring all of the good memories. I promise you that it'll kind of heal all of the pain and suffering. Yeah. We are honored to have family. My dad passed away 15 years ago in United States. At that time, I didn't know NLP. When I went to I'm giving you example of my own life. Honestly, I collapsed. 2 people carried me. But I now realize I am honored to be son of my dad. I wouldn't change him even with Albert Einstein. He was so good of a man. He is what, anytime I go his graveside, I kiss his tomb. I say, Dad, thank you for telling me that education is going to pay off. Education. Don't leave your education. I study like 5 hours a day. Don't have a TV for the last 8 years. Education pays off. We talk about only good thing, and when you talk about good thing, you go in direction of good thing. We change the mindset. That is the difference. But I'm not. Everybody doing the best they can with what they got. Right. Psychologists usually talk about things over and over. A psychoanalysis of Sigmund Freud says, first of all, if you're poor, you can't afford me because it's gonna be. I have some people going to psychology for 5 years for anxiety. In less than 10 hours, I had friends and I took care of their anxiety. And we show you a way that you can use it for future. I promise you, we don't want a repeated customer. Yeah. We want to show you, we guarantee. I'm telling you, Mr. Dennis, we guarantee in 10 to 15 hours, we take care of your problem. And we are no charge to you if we couldn't deliver it. And we show you a way that in future, you learn from us the methods of we teach and we use, then you do not have to come back to us. We honor and pride ourselves. We are not about money. We are about helping people to be whole and being complete in their own. That's the difference.
Yeah, that's so
true. Did I
true.
answer your question, sir?
It really does. In fact, I will back you up on that too, because I'm a volunteer chaplain at our local hospital, and yes, I've been in situations where I'm in the hospital room with their loved one who has just passed away and is still laying in the bed. Right. And many of the family members are around. And if I feel that it's the right time to do it, I will ask each of them, I say, look, some of them usually come in from another state or something. I said, the chance of you all being together is rare. Mm-hmm. So right. even though something horrific brought you together, right, you have a chance now. And then I have each of them say, since you're all together, why don't each of you just share one of your favorite memories about your grandmother? Right. And so they're all listening to a positive thing from someone else. Right. That helps change their mindset a little bit.
Mr. Dennis, next time, if you don't mind me saying, use this one too. I've worked with people grieving. I say, I promise you, your loved one that you have lost, he doesn't want you to be in this pain. That's and right. You suffer in him. Please don't do that. Believe me, that kind of cuts it down.
Oh, it works. It definitely works.
Yes, sir, it does. Yes, sir, it does.
Well, good.
Well, it's definitely great to hear all those good things. I know I think we've all went through some kind of, something with depression or something with the family.
Everybody does. Everybody does.
And it's like I always try to tell people, if you
it's normal. It's normal.
It's completely normal.
Normal.
You try to tell yourself the
we
positive
don't see
thing.
it as a normal. We say, no, it shouldn't happen. No,
But
it
it
happens.
happens. to
There is a
everybody.
snake in the garden,
Yes,
either you want it
exactly.
or not. But we
Right.
got to see the snake. We got to learn how to defend ourselves
You got to know
when
how
the
to.
snake comes. Right.
Exactly, because you never know. I mean, every day is a new day. It's going to bring
Right.
something new. It
Right.
could be good and it could be bad. So you really have to push for the good and focus on the good.
Exactly.
And a lot of times it'll push the bad right out of the way. I mean, it's still there, but it'll push it out of the way so you can keep going forward.
Right. That is, sir. Only it takes a minute. Only a minute, the difference between person of thinking. For example, Mr. Joshua, think about somebody, close your eyes if you don't mind, just for 1 minute.
Okay, go ahead.
Think about somebody you love. If you want to even say the name, that's fine. Think about that person, how much you love. And look at your own face. It just lifts up. 56 muscles move off. It opens up. When it opens up, that means you produce dopamine in your mind. That means all of when you open up, there's not a stress, and the blood flow, oxygen flow goes, look, I got so happy telling you this, I got red myself. It's true.
Yeah.
And there is a Professor Amy Cotter of University of, I believe, Riverside. She says, this is one of the good things. Raise your hand like V-shape. No wonder in prayers toward the heavens, they use their hand. They knew what they were doing.
Exactly.
As soon as you did that, you expand. Did you notice everybody is stressed? They're just down and down, down.
That's
But
right.
look at me. You will never catch
down,
me.
up, yeah.
You will never catch me like that. I'm always up. Yeah. Facing up, buddy. Facing up, go towards anything you want. That's right.
Hey, I've got a question for you real quick.
Yes,
you
sir.
mentioned about your father and how much you appreciated him and all that.
Yes,
What's a bit of advice that you can think of that you were told as a kid that you still hold close to your heart?
My dad, when he was 2 years old, very shortly, he lost his parents. And he didn't have opportunity to go to school. I get so emotional talking about this. My wife said, don't cry. I'm not going to cry. But my dad said, son, I didn't have opportunity. Mr. Dennis, myself, I was very bad academically in high school. I flunked. And I wrote a note to my dad. I said, Dad, I want to go to work. Academically, I'm not happy. I feel like I'm dumb. I'm serious. I never forget. My dad kissed me in the forehead. He said, son, I didn't have no support. I didn't get education. I'm here for you. I'll do anything for you. I sell my blood. Please don't do that.
Wow.
I'm telling you, after that, I went to a school. I became an honor student. One word. This is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Mindset. One word can do the miracle. Albert Einstein was told he needs to be kicked out of a school. Thomas Alva Edison was pushed out of a school. They said, practically those days they could say, your son is dumb. The mother hid the letter. He said, Mom, what did the letter say? He said, son, they said you are so genius. This school cannot handle you.
Wow.
We're going to send you. Exactly same thing came. My dad kissed me in forehead. He said, I'll do anything. You have opportunity. He was a poor man, but he put the money for education first. I'm serious. But then later on for food. He is the one sent me to US, get my education.
Wow.
And US has done more for me, complimentary of my dad, that my own country has done for me. My dad, I honor my dad. And thank you for mentioning it. I appreciate it.
Wow, what a wonderful story.
Everybody has dad and mom like that. Every dad and mom want their child to be better than him. But I might add, when my dad came to United States to visit me, this is also touching for me. He said, son, you are not my son. You are my dad. You have done more than my son.
Wow.
And I'm honored that. Yeah.
That's
You
great.
made an impact on
I
his
hope
life,
I
too.
answered your question.
Yes, thank
That's
you.
great.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting close to the end of our show,
Okay.
and I wanted to know if you could tell us your information so we can reach you if we need your help and can use your services.
Okay, our company is called NLP Success Coaches, and the telephone number is 949-522-1615. And we are dedicated, help people passionately, that's my passion, to get them where they want to be. Sometimes it's not a matter of sadness or grief or PTSD or trauma. Sometimes it's they have a goal to succeed in business ventures, to become entrepreneur. They don't know how to go out to get there. We show them in shortest time with different tools, with coaching and NLP, timeline therapy, and hypnotherapy, and a little bit of mindfulness and meditation by relaxation. You can get anywhere you want to go. Look at me. I come from foreign country, become an English teacher. I can't even speak it well, right? But I speak 5 languages, courtesy of the dedication of my dad and my stamina. If I can do it, I tell my students, everyone can do.
That's awesome, man.
That's right.
Well, I really appreciate your time today.
It was my pleasure. I'm honored, Mr. Dennis, finally talking with you. I hope to meet you one of these days.
Oh, we'll definitely have to make that happen.
Thank you, sir.
You're out in LA, right?
I'm in Orange County in Irvine, sir.
Oh, okay, great. Excellent.
Right.
Yeah, well,
office is in,
I'm going to talk to my assistant and set up a time to come visit you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Is there anything else you would like to say for us today, Dennis, before we do our closing?
You know,
One more. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to me.
oh,
Go
that's
ahead.
okay, no
Sorry.
problem. No, I tell you, I'm excited about having David on the show. We both share some of the same common passions for helping
Yes,
youth,
sir. Yes, sir.
especially utilizing techniques that they can use themselves to help them be
Right.
more confident and
Right.
get over, like you say, the stress of things and all that. And Joshua, you're doing a great job, buddy. I appreciate you running this show. This is now Joshua's show, so I'm just going to pop in from time to time and be the co-host. And great to do this today with you, David. So
It was
appreciate
my
having you on
pleasure,
here.
sir. I'm honored to be in your presence. Thank you.
Thank you.
So go
Appreciate it.
ahead, David. You said you had one more thing.
Yeah, we
You
want to
wanna
get a
say?
golden nugget of information from you.
Yeah.
Golden nugget is in any situation, know that everybody goes through it. Please don't think that you are labeled with any kind of label. Like if somebody calls you a bad thing, do not take it to the heart. It's out of your control. You are 100% in control. Sometimes my students say somebody made me angry. I said, what do? They get a syringe full of anger, they put it in your body. It's not true. You
I
are
like that.
100% responsible for your action. As soon as you say that,
Yeah.
believe me, you are in control of your action. Don't let anybody control your life. Get a free room in your mind. You are wonderful. You are great. You have all the resources. We don't give advice. We bring something. You don't know how great you are yet, or maybe you know you have forgotten. You have put it on the side, up to front. Then you know how good you are. You can, how well you can do. Everybody. If I can do, that is the best. This is advice. This is not. If I can do it, anybody can. I promise.
Awesome.
Oh, that's great. I love that. In fact, I'm going to steal your line. I like that one about, are they taking a syringe
Yeah.
full of anger?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
That's pretty cool.
Good visual there. So
Yes, sir.
awesome.
Well, I want to thank you all for joining us today for a
It
bit
was
of
a pleasure.
advice on air. And if you missed any part of this live feed, it will be posted on our page, abitofadvice.org, and uploaded to our new YouTube page, Success Radio. Have a great week. See y'all on Tuesday next week for another special guest on A Bit of Advice.